Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Elhamy Zayat, a tourism expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Well, Dr. Zayat, now the state for years is restoring, there are restoration and renovation work in old Cairo in general. But actually the restoration work have been completed concerning the Sabil of Ahmad Effendi Salim and also the dome of Abbasid Caliphs. So let's start with the dome of the Abbasid Caliphs, which is located in Sayyida Zainab. Give us first an idea about it and about the restoration work that took place there.
hmm Okay, you see, the restoration, Egypt is very rich with all era. I mean, we had so many people passing by Egypt that we have different cultures, different art and form of art. So Egypt is not only pharaonic, Egypt is also Coptic, it's Jewish, it's Islamic. So it's good to have restoration because you will always find people who are attracted by this kind of monuments, not necessarily pharaonic. They all, of course, nobody comes without seeing the pyramids. But besides this, there are some people interested in other things. And lately we have witnessed the restoration of many, many churches. You know, and at one point, Cairo had a lot of water underground. And this was making some churches inaccessible in old Cairo. And once they dried this water, now you have access to these 7 churches and the Mu'allaqa, which is the hanging church, and then the Mosque of Amr ibn al-As, and we are not missing the synagogues as well. The synagogue of Alexandria is a piece of art. It has been restored, and it costed tens of millions of pounds, but it's an excellent restoration. Ben Ezra is under restoration now. It's in Old Cairo as well. And you have Moshe ibn Maymun with the mosque, the end of mosque. It has been restored. So all this may attract newcomers who come for the classic things, but also will come to see the new restored icons.
Yes, doctors, yes. Yes, please. So, Dr. Zayed, give us an idea why was the domes made during the Islamic era? We have plenty of domes here in Egypt, even everywhere in Egypt. It stands for beside the mosques or for the graves of the caliphs. Give us an idea about the idea of domes.
Well, you know, the Abbasid caliphs, they at one point they escaped from Baghdad.
Yes.
When Hulaku just attacked Baghdad and burned the library. They escaped and they went to Egypt. And here in Egypt they stayed for a while, some of them, until the Caliphate was then transferred to Turkey, to Istanbul. So for all this period we had caliphs, but the caliphs were very weak at that time. So they were not the powerful caliphs we had at the beginning of the Abbasid period, which we call the first and second Abbasid period, or the other period that preceded it as well, Umayyad. But they were, nonetheless, they were caliphs. And they had domes. And we have a lot of things left over as monuments that people would like to visit. And we also have a lot of Mamluk area. And if you know Al-Ghafir, which is the big cemetery of Cairo for Muslims, is from the Mamluk area, which is between 1200 and 1517.
Yes.
So you can go around, you always will hit something of interest for everyone.
Yes. Dr. Zayat, concerning the Sabil of Ahmed Effendi Salim, also it has been, there was restoration work and has been completed and inaugurated. Give us an idea about the importance of this Sabil and what is the Sabil actually. We know that it was made long ago during the Islamic era and the Fatimid, in the Fatimid Cairo in order to provide water for the passers-by. So give us an idea about the Sabil.
That's correct. Because as you know, Muslims, and we believe that one of the things you could leave behind it, which is what we call a continuous giveaway. It's water, the source of water. And the Sabil, especially in the Mamluk period, they did construct or have available a lot of Sabil to drink water. They had close together a mosque, a madrasa, which is a school, and a Sabil to keep people who are thirsty. It's a way of getting water. And until today, some people devote source of water, of clean water, somewhere in the countryside when they lose a dear person for them. So the Sabil is an ongoing process. It's not as sophisticated as it used to be, but it still exists until now in the Egyptian tradition.
Yes. There are several restoration work that took place is taking place for years now in Old Cairo in general. Give us an idea about the restoration and renovation work that took place there. Even the mosques, we have the mosque of Al-Hakam Ba'amrillah, which lies in the street of Mu'izz Street, and also the renovation and restoration work that took place in the mosque of Amr ibn al-As. And there are several restorations in Old Cairo in general. So give us an idea about this, and if you could name some examples, please.
Yes, Amr ibn al-As is the biggest mosque we have
Yes.
in Egypt. It's known, and it was the first mosque built in Egypt. So it has been restored. But next to it, you have what we call the Street of the Seven Churches. And in one of these churches, it's the Holy Family was hiding from the Romans when they were in Egypt, before they crossed the Nile to go on the other side and to go to Asyut. So in this church in particular, it's called Saint Serge, Abu Sirga in Arabic. And Abu Sirga in Arabic, Abu Sirga Church had a problem. Water was covering the crypt. You know, the Holy Family was hiding in a crypt. Now this has been dried and people can see the crypt and watch it. As well in this area, that's why it's famous for all religion. You have the Ben Ezra Synagogue, which is now under restoration. It's the oldest synagogue in Egypt. It dates over 900, since the year 900, so it's over 1,000 or 1,300 years now, so or 1,200 years. So it's very, very old. And Mu'izz is on the other side of Cairo. Mu'izz Street was first restored by Dr. Farouk Hasni, who was the Minister of Culture, and it was really fantastic. And at one point it was damaged because they allowed the tuk-tuk to go in, etc. But now they are cleaning it again, and you'll be surprised. I know a lot of foreigners who would like to build hotels, not build hotels, take some of the old houses and convert them into old hotels, into boutique hotels of 7, 8 rooms. And this was a very successful project in Damascus. In Damascus, they did a lot of these small houses. And in Egypt, there are people who came, and I know them, foreigners, Canadian and
Yes.
Americans. They want to convert this and make this, as I said, boutique hotels.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Elhamy Zayat, tourism expert. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. And with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cairo Local Time. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.